Hello everyone, and welcome to the Japan Business Podcast. I'm Erich Ahorner, your host and the founder of Japan Business Consulting. Today we start a journey to explore the dynamic world of business in Japan. Let's kick things off with a bit of a backstory about myself. I'm originally from Germany, but now I call Miami my home. How did I end up helping businesses enter the Japanese market? Well, it's a tale of passion, challenges, and a love for bridging cultures. My interest in Japanese culture started when we had an exchange teacher from Japan in middle school. She taught us some origami and was such a genuinely polite and friendly person that I really never forgot. I always stayed interested in Japanese culture, and in high school, I became really good friends with a Japanese participant at an international summer camp. We became pen pals, and my spark of motivation to learn the language started when he sent me a letter with some Japanese sentences at the very end. You have to imagine, back in the days there was no internet, no Facebook or anything like that, so we were writing letters back and forth. But the only way for me to really understand what he was writing in some of the letters where he wouldn't use English was to find someone that actually spoke Japanese or learn the language myself. There were no online translation tools and no other way to understand what he had written. So I started learning Japanese in an adult education center every Tuesday evening when I was 14 years old. After 2 years and participation in a Japanese speech contest, I realized that I needed to go to Japan to really master the language. So at 17, I went on a high school exchange program to Toyotashi in the prefecture of Aichi. I was living with a host family that only spoke Japanese and was the first exchange student in a high school surrounded by rice fields. I was in class with 40 Japanese students, and my teachers only spoke Japanese. Even the English teacher barely spoke English. This exchange year was a really profound experience for me, since it did not only teach me a lot about Japan, but also about my own culture and home country, Germany. After returning to Germany after a year, I used the Japanese language skills I had developed during my exchange and started working as an interpreter on trade shows for Japanese companies. In college, I picked up business administration and Japanese business as my major, and during that time went back to Japan for 1 year of internships at NTT Docomo, which is a mobile communications carrier, Bayer, that was a German pharmaceutical company, but they had a big presence in Japan, and the German Trade Chamber in Tokyo, where we were helping German companies with Japanese market entry. After graduating from college, I had the choice between working at the European headquarters of Japanese copying machines giant Konica Minolta or construction machine giant Komatsu. I decided to pick the latter mainly due to the fact that it had an actual production line. And during that time, I was in purchasing and had to deal with purchasing parts from Japan for production in Europe. But as time passed, I also continued to help some Japanese engineers or Japanese buyers find European vendors that might be useful for their activities in terms of saving cost, finding products with better quality, and even better lead time. Now, after climbing the career ladder for a total of 10 years, I was a purchasing manager and had already spent 3 years in Japan for the company, working on European supply chain products in Japan in cooperation with the Japanese buyers and engineers. I actually met my wife that is not from Japan, but from Ecuador in Japan. And we decided, after living for 3 more years in Germany, to move to Miami and to start my own business. Miami had always been my dream destination. I had always dreamed of living and working in Miami one day and combining Japanese business with life and lifestyle in Miami. Well, I've always been fascinated with the complexity of the Japanese market, the rich culture, the business etiquette. I would say it's like a puzzle waiting to be solved. At the same time, functioning like a bridge between Japanese and Western business culture, kind of what I had been doing at Komatsu at times, had been my passion since helping Japanese companies with their trade show activities back in the days when I was still a high school student. So, Japan Business Consulting was born. Our mission here is to guide businesses interested in entering Japan, helping them find the best sales channel and understand the culture, ultimately thrive in this unique market. It's not just about transactions, it's about building lasting connections. Well, I know the challenges and I've been there. The cultural nuances, the different business landscape, but fear not, because here in each episode, I'll be trying to explore solutions, sharing insights, and learning together on how to master the Japanese market. If you're a business owner wanting to succeed in Japan, or just someone interested in Japanese culture, this is the right place for you. So, what can you expect from the Japan Business Podcast? Well, we're diving deep into topics like navigating the Japanese market, understanding sales channels, and even delving into how to balance your business activities with Japan with other areas of life, like, for example, mental well-being, health, spirituality, and relationships. Yes, you heard that right. Those are areas of interest not only for me, but for anyone that wants to lead a balanced and good life. Since, as I think you would agree, life is not only business, we will also have episodes dedicated to other areas that help you doing business with Japan while staying happy and relaxed. Because let's face it, who doesn't want to be happy and relaxed? Before we wrap up this inaugural episode, I want to hear from you. What topics do you want to hear, or what do you want me to cover? Any burning questions about doing business in Japan? Write in the comments below or reach out to us on social media or through our website. Thanks for joining today. This is just the beginning of an exciting journey. Stay tuned for more insights, stories, and valuable tips on the Japan Business Podcast. Until next time, this is Eric signing off. Arigatou gozaimasu.